Hello and welcome to The Straight Line. You are watching Upfront with Pallavi Sareen, and today I have with me the Chairman of Jammu and Kashmir Public Service Commission, Mr. B.R. Sharma. Known for his honesty and integrity, he has been the Chief Secretary of Jammu and Kashmir, and previously also he was the Chairman of Staff Selection Commission, where his tenure was spotless, unmarred by any controversy. Though the government messed up with his appointment order, but still he is back in Jammu and Kashmir. Let's find out what is his vision for Jammu and Kashmir Public Service Commission. Mr. Sharma, welcome to The Straight Line. Initially, when the order came for your appointment, the entire fiasco raised many eyebrows. Did that give you a feeling that you were back in Jammu and Kashmir, where even the smallest of moves becomes hot topic for debate?
No, I think these things happen. I think one should always take them in its stride. So, not a surprise. Yes, it did delay something, but yes, always happy to be back in the state.
The functioning of Jammu and Kashmir Public Service Commission, it stopped in November 2019. Now that you're the chairman of Jammu and Kashmir Public Service Commission and you have a team of 9 members, what is going to be your priority?
You see, the first priority for the commission is to put the functioning of the commission back, because our mandate is to hold exams, conduct DPCs, and clear the recruitment rules, and do a couple of other sundry things to help the state government in clearing up those questions. So my primary job, and those of my member colleagues also, would be to restart or rev up the functioning of the commission. So we will take up from where the exams, which were probably about to be held, could not be held, about the selection processes and the interviews for certain things. So that will be basic things to make sure that all those people who have been waiting and whose interviews or exams have been taking place and they are waiting for the next step to be taken, we'll be taking those first steps in the first place.
The KS 2018 batch, their interviews were to be conducted and then the commission dissolved. So how much time frame do you have any time frame in your mind by what time the interviews would be conducted?
We would like to hold this interview as soon as possible, but there are a couple of other issues which probably are holding it up. And primarily one of them being the prevailing situation arising out of the COVID-19, because it's difficult for people to get to travel, and you see it's happening all over the country that a lot of these interviews and have not been held. They're the personal interactions. So one step alternative, those organizations like PACVs, they have been doing is going through the e-interviews through the video conferencing. That probably I think may not be the good thing for the recruitment exam. So we are waiting for things to stabilize. So that is the first challenge, number one. And secondly, we have a technical issue about we are seeking clarification to the state government. Once we are able to get hold of that, then we'll be able to hold this interview.
And what about the post of specialists who are to be posted in different medical colleges across Jammu and Kashmir? Their interviews were already conducted, but the recruitment process is still not completed. So how much time do you think that will take?
So I think all these 2-3 processes are interlinked in the sense that we had, you see, once the JNK, Jammu and Kashmir State Reorganization Act 2019 came into being, and we had the necessary structural changes in the state coming into place. So we became a union territory. The state became a union territory after that. So it has a date by which the provisions have to come into effect. So that is the 30th of October. So certain decisions of the commission have been taken after 30th of October, say between 31st of October until around November, by which the commission stopped functioning. So we are seeking some opinion on that, what happens then. Once we have clarity on that, then probably we'll be taking the next steps.
So you want to be legally sound, since considering that Jammu and Kashmir Public Service Commission, the recruitments always end up in litigation. So you're trying to make sure that this time around when you're the chairman, there's no litigation.
No, I think it's always good to be legally correct. One may not be fail-safe always, because one can always have a different kind of interpretation. So, but it is always good, one should try one's best, and especially when you have a cut-off date by which the new arrangement has come into place and certain actions have been taken after that. So certain decisions have to be taken for those actions and decisions. Once they are taken or communicated to us, only then we will be able to move forward.
I'd like to understand about the interdepartmental exams. Ideally, they are to be conducted at least twice a year or annually. But in Jammu and Kashmir, it has been seen that even if the exams are conducted annually, people consider themselves lucky. So will that change in the times to come?
You see, I think you have hit the nail on the head. I think for any recruitment organization, a calendar, a fixed calendar of activities should be there, and because only that will give you an element of stability, as also a kind of advance notice to the students or the stakeholders who are going to write those exams, where these are likely dates. So our first step, the Commission would like to have a stable calendar, and where we are able to indicate in broad terms. So this is the time frame when we are going to have the departmental exam, when we are going to have the other recruitment exams or the interviews for that matter. But that will also require cooperation from other stakeholders. Like we need to have reference the requisitions coming from the state government or for the departments in time. So there has to, because we need to have some lead time. We have to make the preparations and make sure that we are able to complete all those processes well in time, and at the same time give a fixed schedule so that the candidates are able to prepare. So that will be the foremost my concern and the challenge also. But I'm sure with the kind of excellent cooperation which the state government has been extending, we should be able to make some mark there.
But Mr. Sharma, there is already a system in place, and it does say that departments have to refer their post to JKPSC by January 15th, I guess. But the problem is that still things haven't been streamlined and recruitments end up getting delayed for unknown lengths of time. So how are you planning to streamline that?
Yes, one often says that not only true for, it could be said for many other things also. There are laws and laws, but they need to be implemented. So similarly, these standing instructions are already there, and probably I think all of us, including the departments who have to send those requisitions, they have to adhere to these guidelines or timelines, so to say, because only then we'll be able to take lead action on that. So we have already written to the administrative secretaries. I have myself sent a necessary communication to the state government in this regard, and I'm sure we will be able to, because yes, the past may not have been all that promising, but definitely we'll make a try, and because that's what our efforts is going to be.
Transparency is very important in trust building. So do you think there will ever come a time when people will trust Jammu and Kashmir Public Service Commission the way that they trust Union Public Service Commission? And what reforms are you planning to ensure that trust building?
There is no reason why we shouldn't be able to gain the trust and confidence of the people who are writing the exam. We need to put in places all those processes and procedures together, so that everybody knows what is going to be done which way, and also to make sure that right from the very beginning, I think whenever you're going to hold exam, the notification should be published in a very comprehensive and well thought out manner, inviting applications, and that should try and cover all the areas or the points which are likely to arise in the recruitment process. It's only when we do try to chop and change the say procedures and processes, and at the same time the stipulations, it leads to a lot of litigation, and that leads to stoppage. So I think we'll make an attempt. So my team in the Public Service Commission, they're also working on standardizing these things, and yes, I have the experience of having worked in the Staff Selection Commission. I've closely monitored and the processes. We'll definitely be learning from them and taking a leaf from what has been done there. So my attempt would be to gain the trust and confidence, but only time can tell how successful we are. But I have no doubt in my mind that definitely I think we'll be able to gain their trust.
Previously, when digital evaluation was introduced, even that was questioned by the aspirants. So how will you communicate with them that whatever reforms you bring, whatever new things you'll be introducing, they are for the betterment?
You see, the communication is the most important thing. Once you are able to communicate to the person who's writing the exam, okay, that this is what is going to be done, and because what does a student want, or a person who's writing the exam want? He becomes eligible at a certain age to write the exam, and then he has only that number of chances, and after attaining that number of years he becomes overage. So the effort of the commission should be to ensure that he is able to avail the maximum of his chances, whatever number of attempts they are legally entitled to him. The commission's effort should be to hold that many exams in a predetermined manner, pre-notified manner, so that he is able to try his luck. And luck may not be a very strong word, but he is able to prepare, work hard, and make his effort and attempt to succeed in each one of them. And for that, each effort or step which we take should be to accelerate and kind of ensure that the entire process is right from calling for applications up to the declaration result is completed in time-bound manner. So probably the digital evaluation of the answer sheets is probably one step in this regard. So it's not something that this is being done in only the J&K Public Service Commission. We may be the pioneer, but there are a couple of the public commissions also who are doing this thing. And it's a tested method. And whatever apprehensions or whatever doubts they have, so I think we should make sure that the notification which comes out and asks for the application should be covering, attempt should be made to cover all those areas, so that nobody need to have any doubt on that. And probably still people have some questions that some kind of frequently asked questions could be thought of, put up on the web portal, how this is going to function, and how, if somebody wants to make sure, how we are making sure that the kind of the answer script which I've written, only that is going to be evaluated. So all those concerns can be taken care of and can be shared and communicated to the concerned. So that is, I don't think that's big a problem. But probably I think to be shared at the right time, at the right stage with the candidates.
And these changes that you will be bringing, will it only have a cosmetic effect that your tenure will go on smooth, or are you planning to initiate a process to reform the system so whoever assumes charge after you will be able to carry it forward?
You see, our effort would be, I think nothing can be, because these are all efforts which are going to have long-term effect. So they cannot be, say, off the record, or they cannot be verbal. They have to be put together in, say, the handbook, the processes, and they should be there for each one of the functionaries of the commission to see, and so that his functioning is guided or regulated in that particular manner. So there's no point in doing something and which is only temporary or ephemeral. So our effort would be to kind of make sure that the reform process is deepened, and it is at the least to make permanent, not exactly permanent, but at least it should be there in a framework, so that it is there for all times to come. Nothing is permanent, it will get improved, because right now, as we are talking now, that I'm not saying that whatever has been done in the past, nothing has been done. A lot of work has been done. So if certain exams have been held, I'm sure it's a testimony to the kind of work which has been done in the past, that people have been selected, people have, although time taken has been little longish, but probably we need to reform and put them together in one place. So I don't think any off the record or a verbal or that kind of movements are there. We'll try and put together in a piece of paper and make sure that that's a part of the framework which guides the functioning of the commission.
But Mr. Sharma, do you agree that Jammu and Kashmir Public Service Commission has remained anonymous with controversy before? And what would you like to assure all the aspirants who will be watching you?
No, I won't like to comment on that, but I can only, so whatever past is gone by, so I can assure them on the behalf that our effort and of all the members of the commission, I have a very efficient and people who have made mark in their own respective fields. They come from different backgrounds. They're all very senior functionaries, come from different backgrounds, and they each one of them brings value and experience to the table. So I think as a team together, we should be able to make sure, because any hallmark of a recruitment system that it should be timely, the process should be completed in a time-bound manner, and it should be without any doubts, and as far as possible without any legal challenge. So these are three broad pillars on which we try to work, that we would like to have exams at regular intervals and try to hold them according to a well laid out framework, for which there is for everybody to see, so that there are no surprises or no ambushes, so to say, and because only that will ensure that there are no legal challenges on whatever ground is there, and the process goes on smoothly. So that will be effort. I am sure we should be able to do.
Thank you so much, Mr. Sharma, for giving us your time. So this is Pallavi Serene for Straight Line News.